it's funny because he's talking about Goldberg like a scaredy cat. Because he knows, like, the way he's referencing Goldberg here is important to take note of. The reason why he's talking about Goldberg like this, aside from, obviously being like, I love my president Donald Trump, he's the greatest, is also because he doesn't want Donald Trump to think that he was fucking around. That's why he's like, I hate this guy. I hate him. I've never seen him. If I saw him, I wouldn't know what he looks like. I'd spit on his face. Major reason for that is because he doesn't want Trump to think that he has Goldberg's phone number in his phone, which he does, and he doesn't want Trump to fire him. Because what did we talk about? There is nothing you can do. You could be a murderer, pedophile, whatever. Trump does not care about any of that stuff. But what you can't be is disloyal, or even have the mere appearance of disloyalty. Because the very moment that Trump thinks you're a disloyal person, it's done. You're cut. You no longer have that sweet job that you dreamed of having your whole life, okay? He will take that away from you so quickly. So that's the reason why he's, like, constantly addressing that point. He's like, no shot, no shot, no shot. Why would I?
Yeah, well, he's been one of the most vociferous, vituperative so-called journalists out there in the Atlantic.
Well, near and dear to my heart as a veteran is lying about Gold Star families who love this president, veterans who love this president, and are thanking God he's president and commander-in-chief once again. And then you have a defense secretary who this morning I was talking to is working out with the Navy SEALs out in Honolulu, leading, improving morale, improving recruiting, improving lethality, and working with DOGE to improve efficiency and get our warfighters back to meritocracy mission focus. I mean, again, Laura, this team believes in this president. This team likes each other, knows each other, is working. Was there a mistake? Absolutely. We're going to improve it. We're going to fix it. And we're going to move forward to achieve the president's agenda.
Why was Bessent on this? I was curious about that. There's just like little things like, why would Scott Bessent?
Because you have a sanctions regime. This is, again, right? You had Biden just literally, they would swarm our destroyers with drones, cruise missiles, UAVs. At first, he would allow them to just shoot them down, then pinprick attack, then 4 months would go by, shut down shipping. 75% of global commerce is getting rerouted. The world owes the president a favor, or excuse me, a thank you for taking this on and fixing this problem. And that is dry up their money, dry up their supply chain from Iran, hold Iran accountable, go after the missiles, go after the leadership. If you're going to move against a terrorist group, you take them out. And that's exactly what this team was doing.
I was actually relieved to see the nature of the exchange among you. I mean, it's kind of cool for regular people just to see, okay, how do these decisions get made with the president and
Yeah, now we've moved on to it's actually good that these text messages leaked.
Obviously Miller is representing the president, but I actually thought it was really refreshing to see how you all seem to have mutual respect. No one's like blowing off another person's opinion. And none of us know anything about how decisions were made in the Biden administration. Nothing.
Truly,
Well, it was even
The Biden administration never invited a journalist into a private signal app conversation about striking targets. And of course, if they had done such a thing, we would have a very different approach here at Fox News on that issue.
I'm a sex offender. I'm an LGBT gamer.
That's awesome. Like,
Pretty
no,
gamer.
it's great
And,
that this stuff
I'm a
leaked. I mean,
trainer
the
gamer.
professionalism demonstrated by your
And, today
deeply
is
unprofessional and perhaps illegal conversation.
March 26,
is
2025.
awesome. We love to
God
see
bless
it,
me
folks.
doing. What I'm doing today is something new
Deciding
for
not how
the
decisions
internet.
were
I know
made.
you got Facebook. I know you
Who
got
was actually deciding? Because clearly,
YouTube and Twitch and something.
clearly
I gotta do
wasn't
this for the
him.
internet,
But you see this
internet
healthy
part.
back and forth, this respectful back
And,
and forth, different
I'm
points of
doing
view.
one where
But at the end of the day,
it's high grade software,
Trump is not deciding.
and you're trying to play your game, but the internet
Wait, he
says
wasn't
you
in
got
the
to
group
actually
chat.
go to a certain
what do you
level
mean?
for things not to actually work that way
Like, it's the
because
group chat right here
the internet
openly
does a
shows that
lot
Trump is also not in
that
the
you may not be able to
driver's seat of this
vouch
stuff
for.
either.
Pornography, because people use the internet a lot, but they say not to watch pornography. I don't think they watch it though. So I'm saying, but for adult content, that's where
The
your
logs
parents
show
have control
J.D.
of you. You
Vance
can't
being
watch
like,
adult
hey,
content
this
while they
decision
shut down the
actually
internet
goes
at
against
school.
the president's agenda. Someone should let him
But
know.
sometimes they do stuff like that, hack it though. Those
You know what I
straight
mean?
birds that hack
Like, what are you
things
talking about?
versus the pornography, they'll hack it to death. So that's when they do an extreme version of it. So they just let them do that. Two sides of it. Both of them did it.
We're
Both of them did
executing
it. They both
the
did
president's
extreme
vision, the
pornography
president's
on a
direction,
minor.
keeping it all coordinated
So
and moving
I know
at
it
Trump
seems
Board
like
speed
niggers
to do it
ain't
all
in
at
or
once.
nothing like
I
that,
mean,
but they're
not only
freely
have the
hacking the
media been on their
pornography
back
they
foot
want
and
to
the
watch tonight
Democrats been on their back
off a
foot,
nigger
all
movie.
of our adversaries are on their back foot
So
in
either
terms
case
of
it's
how
caught
to
on
respond
Twitch,
to
but
him and the pace
the
with which
Twitch
he
part
moves.
was
Are
that's
we going
Call
to
of
end this
Duty and that's
Ukraine war
Battlefield
soon?
people.
We
So
just had the
that's
next
why
step
it don't
today.
work
We
that way on
had
the
an
internet to put
energy
your stuff on the internet
aerial
because
ceasefire. We just
if they don't
defined
know what
what
you're
those
doing, that
targets
no,
are
you
now
don't watch it because
limits
your
on
parents,
both
but you
sides
want
are
to do it
to
off your parents.
de-escalate that.
So
Now we're going
the
to the
nigger
black
dome that
sea.
you're doing.
The president's
So
determined to end the war.
that's why
And even, Laura, I mean, you
when you
have the
buy
NATO
your stuff,
Secretary
it's on
General
your private contract.
NATO
It's not on it.
looking at the
You
president
can't buy
in the
social
Oval
media.
Office
It's no way
saying,
you can
you
buy
broke
it.
the law,
That's why
dude.
you don't put it on there.
Just
But
months
if
ago,
it keeps dying,
no
they're
one
going
was
to kill
talking.
Call of Duty.
Now
What
we're
they're going
going
to do to
from
it.
if this war will
No
never
Battlefield
end, an
works. I'm
endless
just saying
war
for
of
one of
people,
them
treasure, and
points,
material to now how
when
it will
people
end.
point about
And of
crashing
course,
the
the
nigger
people that were in
system
the endless
because
war camp are going to
you want to watch
criticize
extreme form
how this
pornography at your own
president is
private
going to end
time.
it, but he is going to
You just
drive
don't
it to
watch
an
it
end,
because
and
your
it's an
parents
honor
don't
to
want
be
you
part of it.
to. All it is.
And lessons learned. Lessons
That's
learned
just how it
after the
works.
Well,
Yeah, we're not using Signal app
yeah,
anymore.
But if you
right.
can't do it like
Lesson
that,
learned number
you
one
can't
is you've
control
got
yourself
journalists out there
besides
who have
hacking and
made
crashing. Then
fame and
you're
fortune
saying
trying to
you
trash this
you
president.
lost a bunch of money that you're going to have to pay back on tax day. Tax day is like hell. I hope we make it to tax
These
day because
guys
if the stock
should
market
be
crashes, then you're actually screwed.
privately reaching out
So I'm saying, I mean,
to
anything you
Goldberg
can do, you don't have
to
to.
suck his
You don't have
penis
to duel it because it's just
to
like one of
clean
those
the crevices
power
of his
trips. Now it could
toes
just be rebooting, but
or not
what that
being
was
a real
Xbox
journalist.
fronting you a couple sacks.
A real
You could have
journalist would
made
have
it, but
revealed this information in
what
a timely
happened? They try
manner
to
after
be
doing his due
hard real bad, but
diligence.
unfortunately, when it goes out, it's just out. You got to give it some time,
What are
man.
you
Hell,
talking about?
got that right. Pornography, you don't want to watch no pornography on your own damn site. You get the contradiction
They're
yourself.
such fake friends, dude. I mean, I hate Goldberg. It'd be awesome if they advocated to put him in prison, and that would be fire, and I would be on board with that. Even though the consequences of such a move are fairly damaging. I mean, you're criminalizing people doing like basic bare minimum journalism in that situation. But you know, I'm willing to entertain that notion for a little bit, just because it means that Goldberg's in prison. But the way that they're talking about him is crazy.
And so, look, we've got to tighten up. We are tightening up, and we have some of the best technology minds looking at how this happens.
Well, it's happened to the best of us, but now he's President Trump just it needs no distractions. He needs to, pedal to the metal.
And Laura, it's the honor of a lifetime to work for him.
Well, I really appreciate your coming in. There's a kind of a confusing set of facts, and thank you very much, sir. We appreciate it.
Click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You won't get it.
Pete Hegseth, not drunk, not white girl wasted, talking about how there were no warplanes texted in the swipe at the Atlantic when there were warplanes.
We're going to talk about the so-called
Oh yeah, Elon Musk, Hassan Piker riffed over Assassin's Creed Shadows. We'll talk about that.
talking to the troops. Actually, in real time, reestablishing deterrence. You see, that's what President Trump has charged the Defense Department with doing. Reviving the warrior ethos.
deterrence. And that's why we're heading out into the Indo-Pacific to talk to our allies and partners and meet with the troops. And anybody that knows me for years and knows President Trump knows how much we love the warriors. That's what it's about. The men and women who serve, who do the tough, difficult, gritty, dirty work that most Americans will never know about. But we have the
That's how you
privilege of
really do
seeing and
it, man.
understanding
Because
the
let's
courage
say
and skill of what
they
do.
said they want you to stream it on Twitch. That's a
days.
different type
We
of
also have
site
seen it on
that
full
does that.
display in what's
That's
been done
a
to the movie.
live stream
They're
that
getting
does
his
that
ass
for
out of
you.
here.
You don't get them picked up by no private
They're like, go do
contract.
push-ups in Honolulu, you
But
fucking
when I
moron.
do it, it's the internet based and it pops up on internet another way. But I'm saying when I do one of them, somebody
Go do
watches
push-ups.
mine, but it's not
That's what
it's
you're
not
good for.
it's not on the damn live cut. The game is live, but I don't know if it's the same thing they're watching. They can always do one like watch you and stuff. They can pull you out like that. You
Terrorists,
watch all
and what they're trying to do, close freedom of navigation. You see, under the Biden administration, we let our troops and our ships and both warships and commercial ships get shot at to no consequence. What does that look like? That looks like weakness. And what
That's what
President
I'm
Trump
doing.
has said is,
I'm
peace through
doing a
strength
rehearsal
is
what I'm
back.
doing.
We will
I got
reestablish deterrence.
some
That's
games
not
already on
acceptable.
there, but
And our
Destiny didn't
ongoing
make it.
campaign
But
against
War
the
Thunder
movies has
did.
been
I
devastatingly
think another
effective.
game
Now,
made it.
as I said to this group a
Reset
couple of
point.
times on this trip, now as we move to the Indo-Pacific to do our job, which is what we're here to do, nobody's texting war plans. I noticed this morning, out came
I
something
think
that
Monopoly will
doesn't
make
look
it
like war
actually
plans.
as the big contest. But
And
War
as a matter
Thunder
of
made
fact,
it
they even changed the
in
title to attack
order
plans
where it's
because they know
actual
it's not
order,
war plans.
and that you got to
There's
be
no
able to control
units,
your machine, so
no
you got to be able
locations,
to
no
use your
routes.
toolbox to get that stuff out of there. Because sometimes they won't do it. They won't do it like that, pull it off like that, because you got to
Okay,
have
he's
something to
hammered,
do it.
bro.
It
There's
takes a
no
while
way,
for that. You
right?
bought stuff. It takes a while for them racks to come in there. If you got racks, it won't kick in, but it's going to show you you're going to get your stuff. Because you got $179 TV on TV, $88,
He's like,
$179,
it's
and you
8
got all
a.m. and
that.
I'm already
They
fucking
won't clear it
twisted,
out, but
baby.
let's
Let
just
me
say
tell
it's
you,
right.
okay? Let me tell
It
you.
was apid, but you still got it. You got it now. It's a receipt. Got a
I'm
receipt
out of
move
my mind.
that you've been trying to do
Why?
for
Well,
years,
sorry,
man.
they
See
had
what
a
I'm saying?
bottle of
So
Jack in the
before you
plane.
need, okay, hold
Okay?
on.
That's not my fault.
You gotta take those off for, because that's gonna be on free. It's gonna be on internet gaming. You gotta put the internet gaming on there. Yeah, you gotta put the internet gaming. Yeah, here you go. You probably died. Died? No, you made it. Yeah, you made it. So like if you make it again, like you made it all, you made it
No classified information.
through
You see these war
Fortnite.
plans?
But
I see 'em.
what happened? We were sitting there streaming, man, all that time,
All right,
and
let's hear
we
what
didn't know
Trump
what
is
we were
saying.
doing. But eventually, we owned everything each time.
Also because of
But you got just 2 games left. But you have two games left, and then you'll have the pocket, so you want to own those and play those for the rest of your life. And you got 179 on yours, 179 on 2, and 80 on 3. Then you got it for the rest of your life. Yeah, you got that for the rest of your life. So that's maybe all the money you have. I would say. I would say that's all you have, man. And then if I'm going to do that, then that's what I'm going to be doing, is just sitting there pushing this control stick. Like 1992, man.
And they can't even believe it. And we're going to get them very quick permits, as I've done always. I did that in Louisiana with 2 LNG plants. I got them 1 permit in 1 day after waiting 14 years. And the other one in 1 week after waiting for 12 years. But this is very exciting to me. This is the automobile industry. And this will
The guns, I couldn't reload or nothing, man. Yeah.
you haven't seen before I was elected.
But I said sometimes you don't want to really do a whole cut, because the whole cut's about an hour, but they're running home base, man. And they're doing, but the president, he made it the president. You know what I'm saying? The vice president, as I do it, could be anybody. As I say, it could be anybody. So I don't worry about it. If the first vice president of the United States of America, you'll know who it is. No. You don't know who George Washington's vice president was. He's lying. Donald Trump, then Donald Trump. Yeah.
In the United States, there's no tariff, and what that means is a lot of foreign car companies, a lot of companies are going to be in great shape because they've already built that plant, but their plants are underutilized, so they'll be able to expand them inexpensively and quickly. But others will come into our country and build, and they're already looking for
sites. They're looking for mostly sites. They don't want to take the old buildings that are empty and falling down. They want to build new. And there's tremendous action. There is likewise for other companies and countries like
So what you
the
would do with Twitch, do the Twitch
Chip Bill was a
part, help
disaster.
Twitch put them on
All
YouTube.
it does is give
They get their stuff, man.
tremendous
So you don't
amounts of
want to be
billions
live
of
streaming
dollars to
too
chip
hard, man,
companies
because
that
that looks like a
will
killer, man. That type of
do
thing
nothing with
does.
the money. They're not gonna
I feel
use the
like
money
I
here.
have
They're
to
gonna
pay
just
for everything I
pay
bought.
plenty of money. The one
If
thing
I
they
did,
have is
if
they
I
have a
did
lot of
right,
money.
because he's doing right.
In our case, all we're doing is saying,
He's doing right. They done
There's not
man
a
is.
single plant
He needs to stop that stuff he's doing. Yes, he does.
was slated to
I'm
be built
church sermons.
post-Trump.
It's a long
Era.
process till we get to
Everything
the
he's taking credit for
Sunday sermon.
is
We won't
from
be able
the
to get
Biden
to it right
administration.
now.
I'm not a glazer of Joe
In
Biden.
17 minutes, we did it, man. We made it 40
Like,
minutes.
simply
It's a
not
cut
enough time
piece. I'll be back next time. See you later, dog.
that has
Feel ya.
passed for companies to go, okay, yeah, we're going to boost manufacturing in the United States. Like, that's just every single thing that he's talking about, whether it be chip manufacturing or whether it be the Honda plant that he's referencing, as a matter of fact, is, as far as I understand, something that they entertained before Trump became president, and I don't even know if it's happening at all. Honda's made no such announcement and will not comment on this report. Yeah. Trump mentions new Indiana Honda plant, but the company denies announcement. Just so you understand.
that's like the size of this desk or smaller. And they ended up spending $9 billion on 8. And of the 8, 4 of them didn't work. And we're not doing that. So you can buy electric, or you can buy gasoline, or you can buy hybrid, or you can buy whatever you want to buy. And that's the way it should be. The market's going to determine that. And you're going to see prices going down, but it's going to go down specifically because they're going to buy what we're doing, incentivizing companies to, and even countries, but companies to come into America and build. And we're already setting records for new plants. I think the new plant number, the tally is just within a period of a few weeks. It's very large. I want to be accurate. It's very large. And I'd like to ask Will just to come and give some of the basics, and then I'll sign it, and it's off to the races. I think our automobile business will flourish like it's never flourished before. Yes, please, Will.
Thank you, sir. As you stated, we've prepared for your attention a proclamation imposing a 25% tariff on foreign-made cars and light trucks. This is in addition to tariffs that are already in place on those goods. In addition to, as you said, spurring increased domestic manufacture of cars and trucks, we expect that these tariffs will result in over $100 billion of new annual revenue to the United States of America in tariff revenue.
I think ultimately we could probably anywhere from $600 billion to $1 trillion will be taken in over the relatively short-term period, meaning a year from now. But starting right away, I think we'll go from 600 to $1 trillion within 2 years. And I think we'll be right from the beginning, we're going to be at a very high number, right from the beginning. And right from the beginning, you're going to have a lot of construction jobs, but you're also going to have a lot of automobile jobs. So this is very exciting, but it's also exciting because of what's happening with other aspects. We're going to be doing tariffs on pharmaceuticals in order to bring our pharmaceutical industry back. We don't make anything here in terms of drugs, medical drugs, different types of drugs that you need, medicines. It's in other countries, largely made in China, a lot of it made in Ireland. Ireland was very smart. We love Ireland. But we're going to have that. We're going to have lumber. We're going to free up some of our land. And you'll be able to meet a lot of other standards like fire cuts. If Los Angeles had fire cuts, which they didn't have, that's a gap of half a football field between areas. You wouldn't have had the fires. They would have been contained. But you have fire cuts, and by the way, you sell that wood for a lot of money, a lot of profit is made from that. But we're going to be doing lumber. We're freeing up our land so that we don't have to use outside sources of lumber. Energy, we're doing fantastically well at. The energy prices have been coming down rapidly as we increase supply, and we've already done that. We have Chris and Doug are doing a fantastic job on that. That's Department of Energy and Department of Interior. And they're working together hand in hand because Interior has the land and Energy has the ability to do the drilling and
Mike Waltz of Signal Chat fame forgot to lock down his Venmo and is full of journalists. Oh my God. Oh my God, Mickey. Mickey, how are you like this? God, I fucking love this admin. They're so stupid. Oh, it's so awesome. Oh, we're back. We're freaking back. Trump is going to kill him. Trump is going to assassinate him. They're going to be like, well, it says here that you gave money. Says here you gave money to a journalist who called me a poopy face. Oh, that's right. What is going on? What's happening? This week, The Atlantic published a stunning article. Here, let's just run this. It's a 6-minute.
Michael Waltz's Venmo is public, and it's full of journalists. The figure who tagged a journalist into a Signal chat about the attack on Yemen also failed to set his Venmo to private, revealing his willingness to engage with reporters of all political stripes. This week, The Atlantic published a stunning article on a group Signal chat that included the highest-ranking officials in the U.S. military and intelligence community, coordinating and executing a bombing campaign against the Houthis in Yemen. Jeffrey Goldberg, the editor-in-chief of The Atlantic and author of the article, was tagged into the chat by National Security Advisor Michael Waltz, a mistake that afforded the EIC a front-row seat to officials as high up as the Secretary of Defense and the Vice President debating the decision.
What we
Once
could
the
do,
attack
we could
plans
just
for
run
Yemen
this,
were revealed,
and if it gets
Goldberg chose
posted
to
on
remove himself
YouTube,
from the group chat,
then
and
you'll
before
have a
reversing
different
course after
site
public
than I
backlash,
would
he
give.
censored
Twitch
parts of
will
the
have their own
conversation on
Twitch,
national security grounds.
but
In a
that
phone
means
interview Tuesday
you
with
got to
NBC News,
refill it
President Trump appeared
because
to
it's
defend his
about
national
50
security advisor, telling
or
the press,
30
Michael
gigabytes
Waltz
per
has learned a
data.
lesson, and he's
If
a
you
good man,
run
adding that it
straight
was one
30
of Michael's
gig,
people on the phone.
but
A
for
staffer had his number
what I'm
on there.
getting ready to do, it'll
Whether
help
Waltz has
you
fully learned his lesson
with your
seems to be more of an open
179,
question, especially given the
your free
prospect.
179, because you got 3 of them already with the
Did you say
280.
AI could have threatened your job cell phone? Oh my God.
And if on that note,
There could be a
no,
breaking
you don't
news
want to
story
never do
about
nothing
like
like it.
9/11 too, and
That's not a
3
good idea.
happening
If
at the
somebody
same
does
time,
that
this
to
time
you,
with fucking nukes.
then you need to
And
stop
if I
because
was
they
in the
would do
process of
that to
eating and I
you,
played an
and
AI voice,
you
chat
wouldn't
would
know
just be like,
why.
I'm gonna die
But
soon, but I don't care because it's funny. It's a
that
bot.
type of
You're
thing
making a
is
bot
getting
do the
pulled.
reading.
You can get
It's
pulled
AI
celebrity
voice
wise,
doing the reading. Like,
and you
yes,
won't
dude,
know
it's
what
fucking
either
text to
one of those
speech,
means.
okay?
But if you're not working nowhere, then you're not fired anyways.
It is text to speech. You could literally have nukes falling on our heads, and chatters will be like, "This is
But
AI!"
for 179, you get ready to go shopping and you haven't been working. But
It's not a new thing. Text to speech has existed
for
for
5
quite a while,
179s,
okay?
there's a slot for 80s, and they go up in
Discovery
the
that his
5
personal
slots.
Venmo
And just
account
go to
remains
that.
public, with some
You're getting
300
big
friends
screen
actively
TVs.
listed on
We
his
need to look
profile.
that up so we
And
can
while
see if the
Goldberg
internet
doesn't appear
edge
in Waltz's
is
Venmo
going to work
contact
for us to
list,
look at the
several
TV
other
wholly
journalists
off
do,
the pornography
according to a
or something.
prospect review.
If
The
we're
White
getting ready
House
to
and
indulge in
NSC have not
pornography,
yet
we're not.
responded to a
We're just
request
looking
for
look at the
comment.
TVs on the big
Approximately
screen.
10 minutes after requesting comment, Michael Waltz's account disappeared from Venmo. Wired was the first to report the news. Like Secretary of Defense Pete Hegseth, whose Venmo account I reported on several weeks ago, Waltz's account was never set to private, showing hundreds of names who are likely in his phone as contacts, some of whom he may or may not have exchanged cash transfers with. Unlike Goldberg, we are not going to redact and revise this publicly available information. What has remained largely unchallenged in the conversation surrounding the Atlantic article is the symbiotic relationship between senior government and military officials and their friends in the media. Having reviewed the now unredacted information in the Signal exchange, it seems well within the realm of possibility that the bombing sequence would be shared simultaneously or directly after completion of the attack with a friendly news outlet, perhaps even the Atlantic, to score political points. This is part of the operational tactics of the blob, the agglomeration of former generals, think tankers, ex-officials, lobbyists, and the media, all working to present a clean narrative on national security topics. What sets this week's incident apart is that the usually highly choreographed and invisible dance between reporter and rapporteur was laid bare for all to see. And Waltz's Venmo shows that Goldberg is not the only reporter willing to partake in that dance with him. In addition to former members of Congress, think tank scholars, and even the apparent winner of the Miss Florida pageant. Mike Waltz's Venmo shows that partisan news media of both the left and the right routinely dip their beaks in the White House trough, as every major network reporter does to keep the redacted and highly massaged scoops pumping. Unsurprisingly, Fox News holds the highest headcount for reporters in Mike Waltz's phone. Griff Jenkins, whose Fox.com bio lists him as a Washington-based national correspondent for Fox News Channel, FNC, and as a co-anchor of Fox News Live, is joined on the list by Brian Kilmeade, co-host of Fox and Friends. Waterbury, president and
You will never get me to criticize this administration for being the most incompetent. Because every time they do this,
See, for the internet,
it is
see,
yet
sometimes you just
another
gotta
I
keep
told you so
talking.
moment.
And for it to
Like,
work now, it just
People will
means that
literally be like,
it
oh,
works.
the
And if
fucking
it's just crashing,
intricate
give it
relationship
time
between
because it'll
access
cut back on
journalists
later
within
because
the
it
DC
may be
mob
going
and
to
NATSEC reporters
a
versus
strict
members of
conduct
authority
code,
within
a
the
merit
national security
system,
apparatus
because
is a
some
real thing.
machines
You sound a lot like the Alex
know
Jones
the
of the
merit
left here.
system. Sometimes
And
it's
then
hard to
they
do
just
the control. But for middle
literally
of the
would get
day,
drunk
the
and be
senior
like, yeah, I
citizens
texted every one of my contacts
that do
my
stuff like
penis,
that,
and all
and
of a
that's
sudden in
what
the
they
most
mean.
laughable way we
We're
find
not
out that,
those
oh
senior
yeah, it is
citizens
true, that
doing
is a
that,
real
and
thing.
that's what I'm saying. We're not senior citizens at all, but they didn't know what ancestry means.
It's
So they
awesome.
went too
It's
far
great.
with
I
it
love it.
and
More of this,
didn't know
please.
if it was going to work out that
Less
way.
of the bombing, more of this.
But I'm getting something for nothing, and that's
Their incompetence creates
157 is called, where you got to put the
their
code
incompetence
in to
basically
get it.
shreds the veneer
But
of
sometimes, though,
civility
what I'm saying, this should go on the internet. You may get everything that you need
are being done
because
for
the
good
kit will
reasons,
cost
supposedly. Like, all
$179.
of
The
that
kit,
is
the
gone.
third piece,
You just know
costs
exactly what is happening. What you
$179.
see
Then
is
your
what you get.
coffee and
Just like when
cigarettes
Donald Trump was
is
yelling
$179,
at
and then
Zelensky, being like, you don't hold
your
the cards,
mom
I
is
hold the
$179.
cards,
So
shut
give
the
those
fuck up.
three
Like,
there
that is
up
a
like
moment of
that,
brutal honesty.
and then
Should that be
that's
happening
what
in
you'll
broad
have
daylight
each
right
time.
before a potential
Because
ceasefire
with the
negotiation?
TV,
No, I understand
that's the
why it
8 and
shouldn't.
3 eighths,
But
and you got to make
it
those
is
3
honest.
eighths into it
It's
before you
brutal,
do
but
that,
it's
because
honest.
it'll seem like you'll do that each time, duplicate that TV, and it should pop
Editor-in-Chief of
up.
Fox
But I'm
Digital
saying,
also made the cut.
when you
But
figure
right-wing
out
reporters
like
are not the only
what
ones
price of
represented in Waltz's
TVs you
Venmo
want,
list, which appears to be
then
less
you
than
should
Cleo
have the
Novsek,
right
as
size
Secretary of
for it.
Defense had just wrote in
But
the group chat
put
link this
on
week.
their gaming
Leland
TVs,
Vittert,
and you'll
a
have it
national
because you know
correspondent for
that,
News
okay?
Nation, is also listed on
When
the
you
digital
own it
account.
like that,
This
they
is
have
Brianna
to know
Cutler,
when you're
an
going to
American
own it,
journalist
going
who
to buy
currently
stuff.
serves
It
as
will do
co-anchor of
that.
the afternoon
But
edition of
don't let it
CNN
do
News
that to
Central,
yourself,
a
because
network
you may
President
have
Trump
a
routinely decries as
179
fake news.
in the
Lauren
gaming TV
Peacock,
that you're
an
just
executive
looking for
producer at
179 because
MSNBC,
your box
is
is
also in Waltz's
179.
contacts.
You don't
Earlier
have
this year,
$400
Trump
to
tweeted about
do
the
that
network.
with. So they're
Wow. Rachel
it'll
Maddow
show
has
you a
horrible
move
ratings.
to
She'll be
keep
off the
your
air very
internet
soon.
going, because you're trying to get a
MSNBC is
179
close to death.
TV where
CNN
you'll be
has reached the
owning it.
bottom.
See, they won't
This is a
own
good
these.
thing.
See what I'm saying?
They are the enemy of
And
the
the
people.
gaming TV, they want you to
But
own it,
amidst the
but they're going to put the
broadcasters,
price tag up
producers,
on
and
there.
talking heads,
Nail that
one
bad
name
bird,
stands out from
okay?
the crowd. Judith Miller, summarily
Nail
fired from the New York
that
Times
thing,
after it
because
was
you're going to
revealed that her
own it,
reporting on the
baby. You
Judy
know it.
she had a
You know
horrible
it,
fall.
man.
Which, by the way,
Sometimes
you know who
you
else
have
did
a
that
hard
but
time
never got
controlling your
fired?
anger.
Fucking
And
editor-in-chief
when
of the
you do
Atlantic,
stuff like that,
Jeffrey Goldberg.
you'll lose your mind. But sometimes
Oh, it's Big Booty Judy!
you just need to control yourself, because
Rearing
sometimes
your ugly head.
when it goes like that, you're getting ready to indulge like that. So I'm saying you shouldn't indulge right off, and just put the price key in and keep it moving, baby, because you got it going on.
Only in this community do people get excited at, war criminal press, access journalist, propagandist for the War on Terror, Judith Miller drop in a fucking prospect.org article. I need context, gang. Context is being delivered on the article. It says, who was summarily fired from the New York Times after it was revealed that a reporting on the Iraq War was categorically
But he
false and obtained
shouldn't
almost
do
verbatim
that personal
from Vice
debate,
President Dick
because
Cheney.
you have a lot of
Judith Miller is an
140s.
example
Simpson, you got a
of
lot
how
of,
the
but
New
you
York Times played
need
a
also
significant
sorry about
role
this.
in
You
manufacturing
need a
consent
Roku
for the
TV for
illegal
that
and
amount. So you
justifiable
got the
occupation
88
of Iraq that killed a million plus
positive, but if
Iraqi
you want
people.
to
That
drench
was
it,
all
so
war
they give
crimes,
you
war crimes
another one for
galore, complete
97,
fucking
just a
total
different
terror.
brand.
And
But for
she,
124, they
as a
gave you
stenographer,
another
or
one.
maybe
The
even a
Roku,
fucking
that's,
CIA
you see
agent,
Roku
literally
on it,
played
just what
a
it means
formative
anyway. So
role
it'll be
in
a Roku
justifying these
style,
atrocities
and then
and
that's what
creating
you'll have. But
reasonable
if you want to
ground for
go
why
big
the Iraq
screen,
War must
then
happen.
that's what you need
How
to
does she
wait
do
for them
this?
to show
By
you that,
directly
because
getting her notes from Vice President
if it goes that you can get No, you won't be able to do this. Sometimes they have
Fox
something like
released
that.
a Today Explained episode
But
about you today.
for the deal is 138.
What?
With the
Wilson
TV,
obtained
it's
almost
138,
verbatim from
but it
Vice
was
President
being
Dick
guided.
Cheney. Her
But
dismissal
for
was the
50,
price
if you
paid
go
for
50
cozying up too
inches,
close to an
if
administration
you go
set
50,
on war,
if you go
and
50
viewing
inches
intelligence
and he has
reports and basic facts with the
175
same
on it, you
blood-hued
score it.
glasses as
So
those
see what I'm
with their
saying?
fingers on the button.
So don't be
On Wednesday,
like that,
Waltz told
okay?
Fox News host Laura Ingraham,
That's
"I
the
don't know
best
this
thing to
guy,"
do. They know
in
what you're
reference to
doing,
Goldberg,
man. Don't be
adding, "I know him
like
by his
that.
horrible
No,
reputation, and he really is a
they
bottom
have
selling
8
journalist.
of them.
I know him in the sense that he hates the
Out of
president.
60, they have
But I
eight
didn't text him. He wasn't on
60
my
inch
phone,
screen
and we're going to
TVs.
figure out."
This is why I said he's such a
Probably for a
fucking
discount
fake
price.
friend.
No, they didn't have that one.
This is why I
They,
said he's such a
they were just saying
phony
that's what they were saying. They wanted you
and
to.
such a
I wanted to show
goddamn
you that
fake friend, dude.
the one you wanted for one. Where was
Like,
it?
he's like, oh, I don't know the guy. I hate him. I don't
30,
care about
60,
him. Fuck
there's
this guy.
80.
And it's like, dude, you literally,
Let's see.
you straight up have
There's 8 there and
all
40,
these guys' phone
43.
conversations, and you
There
rely
you go.
on
That's how
them.
you get that
You
because
have their phone numbers. You rely on them for positive reporting.
that they
And then
don't
you
have
shit on
that
them like
for.
This happened.
Uh,
Waltz's public Venmo tells a different story about the
They don't
NSC
have that
chief's
for
willingness to engage in
179
familiar spin in service of
totally
World War and carnage.
on
After
55
some
inch.
prodding,
179.
Goldberg
They have it in
decided he had a
60
green
though.
light to expose this gang,
But they're
which
saying
is
that
played
they
many
still
times a
find
day.
that out here in a
Published
second.
below
So
is
I'm
the full
saying
list of names for the public to
what
review
you trying
and
to
reach
get?
their own conclusions from.
It's a 60 for
Familiar names
179. It
include
probably
Susan
probably
Wiles,
sold
Bernard
out.
Carrick, Kirsten Nielsen, and Morgan
It
Orticus.
probably sold out,
Given
my
that
friend.
Waltz's
So I'm
settings were
saying
turned to public,
for
any foreign
43, you
adversary
should
in the know already
be
has this
you
information.
should be all right.
Average
Yeah,
Americans with better things to
you
do
should
than
be
sniff
all right
around
with
Venmo
that. But
don't,
take it
until now.
for 60. I would take it off too. But I'm gonna say don't get it unless you can do that. The one I'm getting ready to say because that may be what it means. You got them anyway. See what I'm saying? And then you do have it, man. You do have an actual 60-inch TV. Well, no, I don't know what it was. It was
There
close
it is.
to it. 30,
Leak
30
after leak after leak. I didn't even
it
know
dropped.
that Vox did a video on me. Was I,
It dropped. I'll tell you that. It dropped down to there. Yeah. Hold on. There it is. I
Der
called
Spiegel
it.
is reporting
Okay, wait a minute.
that Donald Trump's most important security advisors signal discuss an imminent military strike.
Probably
Now,
want to go to
reporting by Der
Best
Spiegel
Buy
is
for
found
that
the contact
man
data of some
anyway.
of those officials, including
They
mobile phone
they got
numbers, is
something
freely
cool for
accessible
20, man. 20 inches.
on the what?
Go back
on the
through
interweb.
that. Maybe you can probably get if you get something cheaper for $30
Private data
for
and passwords
$30.
senior U.S. security
Maybe all
officials
you
found
need
online.
$30
Oh my
screen,
God,
man.
that's amazing.
You probably need 30 screen.
This
You
is
probably don't need
probably
you
more common
get
and
all
not
3 in
unique
one
to the
day,
Trump
man. You
admin,
want
by
to
the
do
way.
it, but
This is just
if it's
basic.
going to
If you're
run
over the
though,
age of 35,
if it's
you're
going to
probably
run,
unfamiliar.
then no, you
Like,
shouldn't do that.
you know when you
It's
put a
running
password
now.
in and Google
All you
Chrome
need to do is
warns you like
stream.
your
So
password's been boomed?
let
It's
me
because
see.
there are
But
a
you
lot
can
of lists
do
out
that.
there where
You can
your
do that.
account associated with your
Actually,
name, with your
the 80 you don't
password,
have
will
to
be
do,
freely
but you can't
sold
go to Best Buy
in
and
the marketplace.
they may bless you, but
And for that reason,
if you know how to buy your
you
stuff,
obviously have to have
you
two-factor
should be all right. Let's
authentication.
try 55
And
inches.
also on top of that,
Let me
change
see
your
what I can
passwords
pull out for
frequently.
you. I can probably
Use,
help you with that.
harder to
A
crack
55-inch
passwords in
TV, I can
general.
probably help you
So
with
this
that one,
isn't
buddy.
just like the Trump administration.
Yeah, you got it anyway. It's
I suspect that
228.
this has been,
Yeah,
Have
you
I
have
Been
it.
Pwned is
Yeah,
a
you
great
have it, brother.
website for it.
No, not 220. Talking about that. You do have it. It's just a little difficult. She has to front you $60. We'll call her and ask her.
Anyway.
Hold on. But you
So it's
have
not
it
that
anyways. But don't let
And we don't know if this is their
that fool
current
you.
emails, right?
Because what
Then
happened, you
Jeffrey
seen it for
Goldberg declines to
258.
characterize his relationship with
That
Mike
should
Wallace,
be
but
all
says,
all
if
that
I'm such
you
a
needed.
nefarious character,
Yeah.
why am I in Mike Wallace's phone?
That should
Why
be
does he
all
have my
that you
phone number?
needed. Yeah,
Why is he
no, you
including me in
shouldn't
this
worry
chat?
about
And
that.
what do you expect the reporter to do
You
when you
should- no,
learn
you
interesting
shouldn't worry
information about
about
the way the
that part
administration
of
is
it.
contemplating military action?
She'll cut
What do they
you
really
the
think is
slack
going to
for that.
happen?
You should go
He's
50
such a pussy.
inch on that
Jeffrey
note.
won't even
Yeah, you should go
burn
50
Mike
inch.
Wallace
That's
after
what you're
all of
saying.
this. They kept
Yeah,
yelling
because
at him
you know what I'm
and
saying.
calling him a
That's
phony,
exactly
a
what I'm
fake,
saying.
a
Let me
coward,
see what I can
and
find up
he
here for
still
Roku,
won't
dog.
dagger him back.
I may be able to get that. I'm saying for the
Pathetic.
cable. I'm just saying you need the
Pathetic.
cable on, man. Don't
We're
play
gonna
it
get
like
to the
that.
ICE
You got to
deportation
have
actions
see
again in a little bit. Before we do that,
228. You do have it, man.
here is
You know that
where's Dave Portnoy?
28,
is a question I
she'll
have to
cut.
ask.
You have it.
Perhaps
You'll
too
have
many
you'll have it,
times,
man. I'll tell
in
you
this
that.
administration.
You don't have to go 80. You don't have to
That is
go
what
80
we're
for
going
that,
to do.
brother.
We're going to ask,
You know
where
what I'm
is
saying?
Dave
You
Portnoy?
go
Dave
on
Portnoy
with
had a
that.
statement.
You'll have it. You'll have it. I'll tell you that. Whatever
Yes,
you're
well,
saying.
the Philly
Whatever.
defund segment in a second.
She'll do that, man. She'll let you have it for that, man.
Dave Portnoy is back and now a formative part of hashtag resistance. I think it's pretty wild that you just found out about the Vox podcast.
I hope not. They don't do that to you.
3 sucks 3 hours ago. Your
Yeah,
biggest
they do.
fans.
Yeah, I will probably be
That's
getting that
nice.
next
That's nice
week,
that
man.
the
Okay,
History Shirt
I got
podcast
the
community
TV part.
is aware
I got my
of
TV.
what latest media
I got it,
before I'm
man.
even
Look
aware of it.
around.
I do too much of it to remember and keep track of it
I
all.
hope this damn thing
And
works.
I don't
This
even know if I
damn edge.
actually spoke to Vox
This
or if
edge
they
is
just like
fucked
kind
up,
of did
man.
coverage
I'll
on
just cut
me
it
in
off.
general. But that's cool.
I got the TV,
I'm glad
man.
that, you know,
No, I'm
these
getting
fans
the fucking,
are
man. I ain't fucking with that
preoccupied
shit. I ain't going
important shit
crazy.
like that.
Oh, I
All
do a
right,
bit
let's
for.
listen to Dave
But
Portnoy
that deal,
now.
you got to buy the damn thing to keep it on the back.
Keep it moving. I
Yeah,
don't blame you.
that's
This
not a good idea to do nothing like. You can do 88,
Signal group chat.
but you need to buy the damn thing. This will run to go around the back and get you another piece. I'll tell you what.
Successful attack. Killed a bunch of them. Very successful by all nature. Opened up like the passageway for ships and cargo
I
ships.
can't do that, man. I can't do that. I did it the fire race.
I hate that this is the commentary now.
You know I want to do
It's
that
not
to
very
you,
different than
man.
what the administration
I am
is
going
saying.
to do that to you. You don't need to tell them that.
Like,
The
I can
internet can
imagine
tell you the
whoever,
answer to
because
your
this is
question.
unironically with the largest
The
political
internet,
commentator on this
look into the
platform is saying
internet
as well.
and
With the
ask
same
him,
lack of knowledge and
why can I
information,
get this for
and
free?
perhaps worse,
All you got to
with
do.
the lack of curiosity, lack of interest in critical thinking. They just go, yeah, it's fucking awesome.
I'm using it. I'm using it. I got to pay for the internet, man.
We check now.
I got to pay it each
Has
month.
commercial shipping lanes
Yeah.
been restored? Are ships actually
I had to
going
ask
further
her
at
to
sea
do some.
now? But
She's amazing.
it's just like increasingly
You have
stupider
to behave
people
yourself.
were being kind of heard and just made up. As
But
the-
if I'm going to do that,
and become stupider
then
and
I'm
stupider.
getting the Xbox right after. Cause I'm not
Question I have is this.
after. You just take the round it off, man. There's a little bit left.
What happens when another ship gets overtaken, or what happens when most commercial shipping companies still continue? Most commercial shipping companies still continue not to use the Red
It's gonna be
Sea
hard to
because
carry
of
that thing in here. I tell you that through the front door. I tell you, God,
like
man.
that.
How many is that?
Months of bombing, just like
That's
Operation
another one?
Prosperity Guardian. You know, the
Yep.
failure of the Brandon
That's another
administration,
box, man.
right?
Come on, niggers, get it in.
What happens then? Like, where
Back
do we
on the
go
box,
from
baby.
here?
We back.
Does anybody ever call into question that perhaps they were misled?
Man, what a say.
Does anyone ever care about the truth at all?
That ate tore my head up to bits. I know not to do that again.
That were being terrorized, so successful attack. Well, comes out after the fact that Jeffrey Goldberg, who's the editor of The Atlantic is a magazine that basically hates Trump, hates the left, hates people like me, think Business Insider, think New York Times, think New York Magazine, all the heavy left-leaning media organizations. The Atlantic is one of them.
He said hates the left, which is true. The Atlantic does hate the left.
Hate them. Trump hates them. They hate Trump. They probably hate me. So the editor, Jeffrey Goldberg, comes out after. He's like, hey, morons, you guys included me on a Signal group chat with sensitive classified information discussing the Houthis attack before it happened. Pete Hegseth immediate reaction is like, no, that never happened. We didn't leak any classified information. No classified information in there. And Jeffrey Goldberg released all the text in the Signal group chat, and guess what? It's super sensitive. It's super classified. It's
surreal that these guys added Jeffrey Goldberg to this group chat. I mean, they were talking about the attack, leading up to the attack, all the way to a couple hours, when they're going to do it, the time, the weather, you name it. And if this information somehow got out to the Houthis, and I assume in situations like this, things move at the speed of light, lots of American soldiers could have died, lives in jeopardy. So to me, how major
How is that possible?
glitch in intelligence and just a huge mistake. It looked like Michael Waltz, the national security advisor to the president, added Jeffrey Goldberg to the group chat by accident. JD Vance is in it. It looks like he added him by accident. Listen, we've all texted the wrong person. We've all emailed the wrong person. We've all had somebody who shouldn't be in a group chat in our lives. We are not the Secretary of Defense. We're not
If your
the National
internet
Security
edge keeps
Advisor.
crashing
We're
your
not the
system,
Vice President of the United
it's
States.
because they want
So
to see what you can do. If it shows you internet, show me how to get
It's
the
so funny because
get
like
the six
this
get the
statement
60
is basically what a
get the
major
60
media is saying as well,
get the 60 out of
for the
the
most part. So when it comes from Dave
50
Portboy,
238.
who was
Just
a Trump
ask
dick
for it. She
rider,
gives it to you.
everyone goes, man,
You
he's
take
so
it.
brilliant and
Because
so
sometimes it'll
open-minded
crash
on
to
this
be
stuff. It's
silly,
crazy.
man.
And
But if
it's
you
like,
do that
dude,
same thing each time to it, it'll
you
work
should be
that move.
ashamed.
Do that
If
move.
you
Do
are
that move
a
each time to it.
decorated journalist at like CBS and your attitude
It'll
is
work. No, it
identical
won't
to
work
Dave
like that because
Portboy,
you
where
got
you're just
something
like,
else.
this
You
operation
got
was
some.
very successful,
They want you to
but
get it, man.
everybody's
They want you to
asking
get that
like,
thing, okay?
how we arrived at this failure. If
But
that's
when you
the
do
beginning
that,
and
do it
end of
that
your
way. I got to stay on here and
conversation,
start my game because I
and
own
there's
them.
no daylight
So
between
after
you
you
and
own
Dave
them, take that
Portboy
and
in
put
your
them up
fucking
there.
analysis,
The
you should just
next
quit
week,
your
you're
job
going
and
to get
start eating
a 50-inch
pizza instead,
TV,
okay? Start
and next
doing
month,
pizza reviews.
a hundred,
Let him fucking be the guy. At least more
$179
entertaining.
Xbox. Yeah. Just because we
You
got all
know?
those games on there, we don't want to go and get something expensive and try to do it all over again.
He's
What I'm
more
trying to say.
entertaining than the people over at fucking regular liberal
So I'm
news
saying
outlets.
he's just a liberal. I'm playing all the
Yeah, I
time.
know.
When he
We
plays, he
went
wants
through this
somebody to
entire
play
article
too. Yeah.
earlier.
yeah,
I got to stay on here. I got to stay on here and install my
Here's
game.
my
So thanks,
biggest
Cash.
issue with this,
High five, brother.
and this is in politics in general.
No
The
way.
reaction
Oh man,
Pete
damn.
Hegseth,
Bad time in there. Let me see.
has been to kind
The
of
best way to do the 60
there's no classified
is
information in
to
there.
make sure you
Trump's
pay
like,
for it in
how did
advance.
Jeffrey Goldberg get in there?
If you
Yeah,
check,
did he get in there?
don't cheat it. Don't cheat it. That is because for that reason that will work the internet at work, but you'll see when to use it. But for what that reason you're gonna see that you own everything. When it does, it cuts it out. It's just the number, but it won't bother you. But for that, it'll show you that you got it. For that reason, if you do that, behave yourself. When you're going to do the order, say, I want to get this 50-inch TV, Mom, for $230. How are you gonna do about the internet? Behave yourself, round it off, and say, let me get that off, but I'll pay you back off the next check. Just do it like that, yeah. Do it like that, yeah.
Trump, you may love Michael Waltz. You love Pete Hegseth. You may love these guys.
You keep saying Pete Hegseth. I love that. I also additionally love how much motion Dave Portboy has because once again, society has completely collapsed. There's no more there's no more need for like professionalism or people who know what the fuck they're talking about. And the guy that keeps saying Pete Hegseth has like more motion in this admin than anyone else.
But I got to get I got to stream my shit, so I'll keep working on it.
Heads need the roll. What are we doing?
Yeah. Let me see. No, I want to do that. It's working so far. The one we're doing, the working, see. Yeah, doing.
And it's funny to think that like heads might unironically roll as a consequence of that. I don't know if it was real that he was actually asked to be a part of the Department of Commerce chat. I remember reading something about it and I thought it was like I thought it was too far-fetched even for this admin, you know what I mean? I didn't really entertain that. I don't want to, like, I didn't want to entertain it, and I didn't want to seek out the truth, because it's one of those pieces of information where it's like, it's better that I don't know that it's real, because I don't want to lose my mind further. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, it's one of those things where if I understand, if I recognize the truth, like, if there's even a shred of possibility that, like, it might be real, that the Trump administration actually was like, oh, Dave Portboy, like, you're brilliant, we need you at the Chamber of Commerce or something, like, even if there's, like, 10% likelihood that it's real, I would fucking perish. So I don't want to, I don't want to think about that, and that's why I never actually investigated it any further. You come across as an annoying liberal for criticizing his pronunciation of Hegseth instead of his analysis. His analysis is fucking dumb. And I'm actually more interested in criticizing dumbass liberal media outlets who have the same exact fucking take as Dave Portboy. Okay? The fuck do you mean? He doesn't know who Pete Hegseth's name is, okay? He doesn't even know what the fuck The Atlantic does. He just goes, oh, they hate Trump, they hate me, I don't like him, okay? I hate The Atlantic for championing the fucking Iraq War. There's a good reason for me to hate The Atlantic. That's the difference between me and Dave Portboy. I hate Goldberg for being an Israeli occupying force concentration camp guard during the first fucking Intifada. There's a good reason. I hate him for championing Mohammed bin Salman and coining the term the Charm Offensive and sucking him off when he came to the United States of America. That's the difference between me and someone who doesn't know what the fuck they're talking about. There are very good reasons. Also, you're a fucking baboon who doesn't understand that I initially started criticizing Dave Portboy for not knowing what the fuck he's talking about, and more importantly, drew a much larger, much more consequential point out of this, which is that the media is not covering this issue appropriately and not covering this issue with a degree of priority that plays a higher order on, like, the fact that they fucking killed civilians without any fucking oversight whatsoever just because they felt like it. That is the real story here, beyond the palace intrigue and beyond the incompetence of the fucking administration. So this isn't even about Dave Portboy, who I don't expect to have serious commentary on this issue. This is more so about liberal media outlets that have the exact same fucking attitude that Dave Portboy has. A guy who doesn't know how to say the defense secretary's name. Now explain to me how you arrived 17 zip codes away from the fucking point that I was making. The thing is, though, that Dave Portnoy, as ridiculous about the sound, comes across more relatable to normies than you. 100%, I know that. Are you kidding me? You think I don't know that? I do. I do know that. I know.
So what happened? The internet edge doesn't work.
In this process,
It's just shut down right now while they're fixing the streaming. I'm gonna give it one more test run and then I'll go on because I don't know. It works for me. It works for me. Mine works. It's just that when it does that, it's supposed to be right. There's something wrong with it.
Being a guy who loves pizza
Something wrong with it.
and
When you look at it,
sports,
it'll mess up real hard. It
You're
shouldn't do
insane.
that. But it's something strange, some type of nervous twitch that'll shut it right off.
Don't even try to
Like
provide
a
counter
click
to
or
that.
something. I think you gotta go
Dave
Microsoft
Portnoy
support
is
to fix
infinitely
that.
more relatable to the average
Actually,
American than someone like
that's
myself.
what
Are
I
you
said.
kidding
I'm
me?
going to
I'm
check
not
it
even
out
fucking
myself.
relatable to, like,
I'm gonna check
well-educated
it out. You
Americans
should try and tell
who
me.
have been educated into believing that America is the police force, and sometimes does a little bit of evil, but, you know, their heart is always in the right place. Like, think about the resistance I get from, like, even well-educated liberals who are supposed to be aligned with me on values and principles, and then they despise me. More so than even guys like Dave Portnoy. I could get along with Dave Portnoy better than half of the fucking liberals that yell at me all the goddamn time. But once again, I'm not even upset at Dave Portboy as much as I'm upset at mainstream outlets that have Dave Portboy's analysis on this issue.
He's the one who added him to this conversation. But you can't have the top of the top security people in the United States with the most sensitive information in the world adding random editors of a magazine that hates Trump's guts to a group chat talking about an attack before it happens on a terrorist group. You can't poo-poo it. You can't downplay it. You have to sit up there and be like, holy shit, this is a fuck-up of epic proportions. There will be accountability.
Have you ever spoken to Arian Foster? Yes. Dude, what are you talking about? I've been on PFD's pod. And also, I was just texting PFD this morning.
I will get to the bottom of this. And frankly, I think I don't want to call for people's heads. Michael Waltz, it seems like you're the guy who...
I'm semi-liberal and I don't despise you, lol. I watch you almost daily. If you're semi-liberal in the sense that you're like more leaning Republican, it's understandable that you don't despise me. If you are semi-liberal in the sense that you're like left but center-left adjacent, then you're probably in the I despise Hassan category firmly. In my experience, the people that hate me the most are fucking neo-Nazis, and then after the neo-Nazis, if there was a ranking of order, like who hates me the most, after neo-Nazis, I would place like online libtards in the second category of like people who have the most smoke for me. You know, like people who love NATO, people who are diehard loyal fans of third way neoliberalism, people like that, like lib fanatics. Drama slop troopers, this is the number 2 one, obviously, but like number 3 basically is on board, and then it's conservatives and stuff. Like it's not even a question. Smug educated neolibs are the worst. Yeah, smug educated neolibs. Dan Pfeiffer fans, you guys are so funny because Dan Pfeiffer doesn't hate me. That's not even the case. No, I'm talking about a very specific group of people. Dan Pfeiffer doesn't hate me. Pod Johns don't hate me at all. I go to the.
I think all of them do the AA
and most
or
of them,
the
if they're
179,
will develop a decent understanding. I'm talking
the
about like the
50
fucking
is
Sex
like
Destiny fans and the
238,
fans. Like those are the motherfuckers
and
who
I get
you spread
260 on my
lies and
check,
hate your
so
cancerous.
I get 900 for it. Like I have mom front
It's
me
people like this.
$60 extra, and then the rest of it I gotta tell her to get me in advance.
Yeah.
The cigarettes and coffee out of it, like to get it out of it, because that TV is 50 inches,
You must have been a loser in high school, right, bro?
$200.
Go get some pussy. How about some actually
But I'm saying
non-biased
that
journalism, you fucking
I'm not
monkey?
getting ready to use
You are
the
the most
internet
dumb
edge
motherfucker I've ever
at
seen.
all. I don't want to do
Kamala
that
fixes
on
all
this.
of this.
So I'm saying I can do it next time, but I'm saying that what I'm saying is that I can get her to do that. I gotta make a
It's
phone
guys
call.
like
Hold on.
this that have been watching and has never stopped hating. Like, just, I love that I pulled one out of the dark. I didn't even pull it out of the dark. He just revealed himself immediately. I was like, I'm talking about a specific type of person who just is a bot, okay? They hate the Republicans for their cultish thinking. They hate the Republicans because Republicans operate like a cult. They hate the Republicans because Republicans don't care about the truth. Things that they would understand I talk about on a daily basis if they had the capacity to not be a fucking bot. But then they turn around and operate in the exact same way that the Republicans do, but for like the K-Hive or whatever. The type of person that is associated by CNN, New York Times, and every other news outlet also has political biases baked deep into their coverage, their editorial teams especially. The type of person
But
who
the
thinks,
best
no,
thing
those
about
guys are just only telling the truth and nothing but the truth.
$238, you got
The
to
type of
have
person who
her
thinks, no, the Democrats
tell
know
you in
better.
advance
And
you
then when
can
the
get it,
Democrats
because she said
fail,
you can't
they
get it.
think the Democratic Party cannot
Then
fail
it's
on their
because
own virtues.
all your stuff
They
works,
can only
but
be
you may
made
want to get new
fail.
stuff.
It is us, the
But
voters,
the
who failed the
238 you
Democratic
can handle
Party.
with
It is us
cash.
who
You
did
got to
not
be
do
able
the
to
true
do
neoliberalism. It hasn't been tried yet.
the regular
Not a
move.
very
You
large
got it,
group
but
of
you got to
people
ask her in
that
advance because she
behave
may
like
not
this,
be able to carry the TV. Because she's going to have to carry
but
the TV
they
out.
are
What
very
she's saying.
loud.
You got to see if you can get it in here. Because once you see you can get it in here, She'll be all right.
You know? Now, fear not, chatters. These people are very malleable. If the Democratic Party tomorrow turned into a Maoist third worldist party in its tendency, these people would be the loudest champions of the Cultural Revolution. They would be flogging and exposing counter. Will go along with the rightward swing. If they blow in a leftward direction, they will go along with the leftward swing.
Added him to the group chat. You have to lose your job. You should step down. You cannot be adding random people to a group chat with this sensitive, classified information. Just be like, oh no, poop, poop. It's on him. He should have left the group chat instantly. This guy shouldn't have stayed in. It's on Jeffrey Goldberg for not immediately being like, hey, I should be here. No. It's on. You have to stand up here and be like, I'm left.
and and David Shore's attitude and stuff. And I don't really think that it's all that necessary to relitigate that stuff, especially because we know the conclusion of the story. The Democratic Party followed David Shore's shorest methods, and they lost. And I would say that they lost because they followed the shorest mindset, the David Shore mindset. A notion that, like, if you just follow through on popular agendas without any sort of ideology,